construction grade steel manufacturer. We produce construction steel. Our steel bars are used in all reinforced concrete constructions, be it homes, commercial buildings, flyovers, bridges, any construction that requires concrete. This steel bar becomes a must. This is our newest product offering, right? And this product is a steel bar which is galvanized with zinc. So basically, this product is to protect buildings and increase the life of the building. You know, as human beings, it's our endeavor to increase our own lifespan. So we said, why don't we come up with a product which increases the lifespan of the buildings? Our effort is to take this product to the common man, that they should get this benefit. Normally, it is not possible to buy for a house or for your own dream project to buy bars like this. It takes, first of all, nobody offers the product. Second, you have to place an order and wait. And third, the awareness is very low about the benefits of product like this. So we want to bridge all these gaps in the market. And we want to educate the consumer as the benefits of building their dream construction with a product like this. And we want to make it available so that anybody can come and buy a small quantity, as low as 1 ton, 2 tons or 3 tons also. They can buy and the product can be delivered on the same day for their, for their constructions.
iSTEEL, you only premium segment or affordable segment?
So iSTEEL is it's in the premium segment. It's a value engineered product, right? And our company, what we do is we only want to produce products which deliver more value to the customer. So we call this the life cycle value of the product, right? Say for example, by using the iSTEEL zinc, the repairs on your building will come down, and the life of the building is extended. So if the investment initially is high, but if you take the entire life of the building, it's called the life cycle cost. This product comes down as a hands-down winner. It gives the lowest life cycle cost for your building.
If you take the overall market, what is your share? General market, premium segment, affordable, what is the share of vendors in general?
So,
out of the premium, what is the share?
So if you take, so we don't segment the market like for premium and so we segment the market based on quality. Right? We have a quality segment. Right? Then we have value-added products. So in the quality segment, we'll probably have the highest market share in Chennai. Right? But I'm guessing it should be about 15 to 20% of the retail sale will be by our product. But that's only a very niche part of the business. You have other segments which include public works, metro, they're not available in those segments. So in the retail segment, we are probably market rich.
You are into this is corrosion-free bars actually.
Yeah.
See, only when it is outside is corrosion-free.
Yeah.
Once it goes inside the building,
Yeah.
so there's not much difference between other it will be your same only.
So there are experts here on the dais, so I'll let them answer this question. But even I know that no matter if you have a building which has concrete in it, it is still porous. There is some air going inside and something is still contacting the steel. So which we can't see with naked eye. And these processes is what starts the corrosion process. So I let Professor.
The bar is embedded in concrete. So many think that the concrete will protect the steel bar because you have an impervious cover. Unfortunately, there are cracks which form even during formation of the concrete. We call these shrinkage cracks. So these cracks attract moisture and the steel starts corroding. If these bars don't corrode because they have they are galvanized and they are a value-added product. Hence, the life of the building to be extended should use such products which are not prone to corrosion.
So they can lead to some sort of aspiration and then finally the corrosion starts. That's what Professor said. Even though the rebar is embedded in the concrete bedding, still there are pores, cracks through which the things can go, and finally the corrosion can start. Then the third one is called as marine. Okay, you have always a saltish bed, so it can permeate through the pores, and then finally the corrosion can start. A normal rebar is expected to last about 25 to 30 years, depending on the environment it is going to encounter. Okay. And as far as the galvanized steel is concerned, nowadays it's finding use in the marine or industrial marine. The meaning of marine, industrial marine, the difference is like this. If you just look at the Indian map, you'll find that mostly big cities are on the seashore, like Mumbai, Chennai, etc. There are many cities, they are on the seashore. They have industries, so you have the emission of SO2, CO2. Besides, you also have chlorine attack. So the industrial marine is supposed to be the most severe environment. Then now the living standards are going up, you go for high-rise buildings. So in these buildings, you have to protect the rebar from corrosion. If it doesn't happen, finally, the rust will start happening inside. Then there will be some tensile stresses on the concrete. It will lead to peel off. The concrete will peel off. Even if the rod is still intact, you would find that the concrete peels off. To ensure that that doesn't happen, there is a need to protect. Okay. Some good work has been done in US, and when they use galvanized rebar, they found that the life of the rebar is in excess of 100 years. Okay, they studied by some rapid corrosion tests. They also carried out some core samples after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and so on. They collected samples. They checked how much of zinc is still remaining. They found that even after 100 years, not even 1% of zinc got lost. It means the life is in excess of 100 years. When you talk about 25, 30 years with the black rebar, you can expect much higher life with galvanized rebar. Especially when you go for high-rise buildings, this becomes essential. Yes.
Called galvanizing. Now you are using many galvanized products in your own house. GI buckets, you heard about them? Galvanized buckets, now it's all plastic buckets. Galvanized corrugated sheets, you heard about them? Drinking water pipe for your bathroom, bedroom, it's all PVC now, but we were using galvanized steel pipes. Fencing, barbed wire, many places, garden, tea estate, many places, GI wire, galvanized iron wire. Why everywhere zinc is being used? Of all the metals in the world, zinc has got excellent corrosion resistance. And that is why it's being used in many applications. Your telecom towers, everywhere you are seeing, all the angles, steel members, they are all coated with zinc. Because they won't have maintenance-free life for 50, 60, 70 years. I'm talking about exposed structure. I'll come to concrete later, a little later. Power transmission line towers, they are also coated with zinc, galvanized. Again, long life, maintenance-free life, we want, that's why we are doing that. Railway electrification towers you see, that's again hot tip galvanized. So everywhere we are using zinc. That's the beauty. Copper is good for conductivity. Aluminum is good for light metal. So many distinct properties. So that's why we are using zinc. Worldwide, about 14 million tons of zinc we are using, of which 80% goes for corrosion protection. In India, it's almost 75%. Coming to concrete, all our friends have said, for the naked eye, you won't see many things, but concrete is porous. Gautamji said, many others said. Because of this porosity, porous nature, continuously it sucks moisture, oxygen, carbon dioxide, chloride, everything will get in. In no time, they try to form rust inside, the black bar. And once rust forms, it expands. That rust formation is like cancer. It's like cancer. It expands and goes. And once it expands in volume, it puts pressure and the concrete is falling. Balcony, ceiling, flyover, many places comes off. And whatever repair you do, It is only cosmetic treatment. It is not a permanent solution. Every time you'll be doing firefighting. But if you do this, the life is very long. I was involved in Delhi project, Lotus Temple, Baha'i Temple. I hope you all know about that. 1982, L&T came and talked to my organization. They said we want 200 years life. 200 years life for that Lotus Temple, Baha'i Temple. So we told them, like in Australia, Sydney Opera House, why don't you use galvanized steel? And they have used it. Go and see in Delhi. It won't have any rust stain, no crack, there was no maintenance in between. So that's the answer. And whatever buildings you are doing in the country, highways, bridges, flyovers, port structures, coastal areas, they will not prematurely fail. And you will go on spending money repairing. But once you do this, there's no need for any money to be spent on repair and maintenance. Life cycle costing, Gautamji said, you will save plenty of money, plenty of energy for other projects than repairing the same old building. I have many more stories, but I don't want to go on. We want you to ask questions.
Last question, sir. What is the price difference between this and that normal dose? What is your?
So this we are expecting will be around 25,000 rupees per ton extra, which is the cost of the zinc. So that is the price.
So only iSTEEL is involving for zinc production.
So we are taking the lead to offer this product, galvanize the product and give it to all our customers. So we are taking the lead. So we should be among the first in the country to offer this opportunity to the customers. So even the common person who's building a house or any construction, right, will have access to this product, which otherwise might be restricted.
So what about your production values, sir, yearly?
So production currently our capacity is close to about 1,80,000 tons per annum. Right? We are expanding to 2,50,000 tons per annum by the end of this year. So this product we can give based on the demand. We can supply this.
So who are the clients you are already supplied?
So our clients, basically we've always looked at the retail segment where individual house owners, where people are doing smaller construction. We have looked at these segments. This is where we find there's a lot of knowledge gap in steel. So our endeavor has been to educate them to buy the right quality of steel, the right quantity, and buy the best grade of steel. So 80% of our entire market is the retail segment. We operate around 350 outlets across South India, and 20% we give to other constructions. Like like for example, residential complexes, commercial complexes, temples, churches, hospitals.
Do you have any?
20%.
Do you have any collaboration with any companies tie up?
We don't have any specific collaboration, but I feel that we have the finest minds in India, and we have 3 of them sitting right here. So we consider them as our gurus, and they give us all the knowledge we require.
Government project
It does not need any collaboration.
Okay.
Galvanizing is a big activity going on in the country. All products, sheet, tubes, wires, highway guardrails, crash barriers, these are all being galvanized in the country. It's a normal process going on in this country for the last 70 years. You don't need any collaboration. We have sufficient expertise. We have been continuously upgrading the technology, improving the quality, controlling the process parameters, skill development in the shop floor. Everything is going on parallelly. Yeah.
So we have mounted the entire testing equipment in a van, which can come to the customer site and test in front of you whatever product you are buying. It could be our product, it could be anybody else's product. We've been doing this for the last 10 to 12 years now. And this is how we used to educate the customer on what the right quality is, what the right quantity they should use to buy. So this is what we've already been doing. We also educate for what are the standards in the country right now and what quality steel you should be buying.
Only for customer point, or you got to distribute point also is available for the customer?
So for us, actually, distributors are our main customers because they are the people who are selling in retail. So we educate the distributors first, bridge the knowledge gap, and they'll pass on the knowledge to the end customer. And then
During
on,
time,
sorry,
during time period.
for testing.
Yeah.
So test is done on the spot in front of you. So within half an hour you get all the results, including chemical testing. There's a piece of equipment called spectrometer, where the steel has to be cut and put into that machine. It give you all the chemical parameters, which happens very fast. Then there is another test, which is a destructive test, which is done by a machine called universal testing machine. So that gives you all the physical properties of the product. So that also can be accomplished. Both these can be done within half an hour. And can be witnessed by the dealer or customer.
Thank you.
Advantages. One is emissions. So if you produce a steel from recycled materials, your emissions are about 800 kgs, I think, 800 kgs of carbon dioxide for every 1 ton of steel. But if you're buying materials which are made from iron ore, the emissions are 2,300 kilos for every ton of steel produced. And so is the water consumption, you know. So environment friendly. So which is the need of the hour. And we produce according to Bureau of Indian standards.
Just one of the largest zinc smelter in Rajasthan, Hindustan Zinc Limited, you all would have heard about them, Anil Agarwal Group. They have a capacity for about 9 lakh tons of zinc, and they are selling zinc all over the country. They will also be buying zinc from Hindustan Zinc. It's a private company, it used to be public sector. And we are also importing zinc from Korea zinc, from Australia, maybe some from Europe. But imports have gone down. Our indigenous production is going up.
Sir, I have a question for you, sir. So I heard and read somewhere that zinc has been first exported from India for more than 800 years. Is it true, sir? That we had the technology not only in zinc but also steel. So when you ask me if you need collaborations, what comes to mind is India used to export this steel called, I think it's called, they used to make swords out of it. It's called wood steel.
Wood steel.
Yeah, of course.
Zinc and copper.
The steel development in India started long ago, even before anybody could even think about it. But it was more or less an art. It was probably not documented well. Then it was, only remaining with few families. That created problem. And after independence, we started growing in steel. In 1970s, we were producing about 9 million tons of steel. Okay, till 2000, the growth was very slow. The production was only about 25 to 28 million tons of steel per year. Today, we are number 2 in the world. Okay, we were nowhere till 2000. Now we are number 2 in the world. We are next to China. We should not be talking about what China does and where we are. China produces much more. Maybe they require more steel. They produce nearly about 800 million tons of steel. We don't require so much. Today we produce about 140, 145 million tons of steel. We are number 2 in the world. As far as the technology is concerned, our technology since 2000 has got upgraded so much that we can say that we are ahead of the West. There is no need for us to say that the Western world is more developed than us. As far as steel is concerned, we are more developed than others. There are quite a few companies in India, at least 2-3 companies, which are multinational. They have plants outside India. So the technology which is outside India also can be brought here without any problem, like Tata. Or like now, SR has been sold away, Arcelor. So there are many companies which have access to foreign technology. There is no need for us to say that we have to get collaboration for any development. Okay. We are far ahead of others as far as the steel is concerned. Then we are also talking about recycling. One of the plus points of steel is high recyclability. Okay. There is nothing like scrap and throw it away. If you produce maybe 100 tons of steel today, for about 20-25 years, it will be in some form or other. After 20-25 years, the material will start coming back for remelting. Okay. Highly recyclable. Now, we have started producing a lot of steel, so our availability of scrap is increasing. It is likely to increase further. So the technology that Mr. Reddy was talking about is going to become more and more popular in this country. And as he said, the CO2 emission is the lowest for the electric furnace technology. It is about 1 ton per ton of steel produced. It's very low. Since India is committed, almost all the countries are committed to reducing the CO2 emission. This could be that recycling is going to be the method in future.
So India was one of the oldest players making zinc. And that heritage site, many people go and see. And if you go to Udaipur, please go and see that. How our forefathers were making zinc, blowing or whatever they were doing. Very nice to see that.
One thing I forgot to tell you. You know the meaning of wuku, right? The word wuku means something like noodle, right? And there is a steel called wood steel. The wood steel was used for making of swords. India was the pioneer in making of sword, so we used to produce steel and then give it out, being exported. Even today, making of that sword, getting the microstructure, okay, the right microstructure, make it, with good strength and ductility. That's still a technology people have not understood as yet.
For the last 5 to 7 years. So every year, we keep modernizing. So our next phase of modernization expansion will cost about 30 crores, and we'll be going from 1.8 lakh tons to 2.5 lakh tons per annum. This is what is our investment. So we are doing R&D to launch the next generation of steel bar. So right now we have a process called a TMT bar. We are looking to launch our next generation of product, which is better than TMT bar, which is more fire resistant, more earthquake resistant, and more tough as a bar. So R&D is going on right now to launch the next generation of product. Great question. The last 5 years. Now, if you look on the infrastructure side, then there's an index which is called the per capita consumption of steel. It used to be around 60 kilos 2 years back. 60 kgs of steel per person in our country. It has jumped within 2 years to 80 kgs. So which is almost like a 25-30% jump in 2 years. So this is the amount of steel which is being consumed in the country. Now our country, the steel consumption is going to keep increasing at minimum 5 to 6% per annum for the next 10-15 years. Whereas the world, steel consumption is increasing only by 1.5 to 1.7% per annum. After COVID, things have slowed down in the world. The Ukraine war is happening. So a lot of infrastructure development, a lot of development is slowing down across the world. So we are very fortunate that in our country, building and construction infrastructuring is happening at a very, very rapid pace. So you can see a lot of excitement, and you'll also see that our country will be growing very rapidly. And steel forms the backbone of all development.
As per the International Steel Association, India is the second largest producer in the world. China is number 1. Steel is, as Gautamji said, this is the basic construction and engineering material. Name any product, car body they will be using. Infrastructure, telecom tower, highways, Sagarmala, Bharatmala, Jal Jeevan Mission, drinking water for rural area, they will need pipes, galvanized steel pipes. So massive investments are flowing in infrastructure in this country. That is the one which is really giving a big push for demand for steel, more production of steel in this country. Most of the steel we are consuming within the country. Some amount we have been exporting last few months for the China factor or whatever, the slowdown in China. But otherwise, India is really going for quantum jump growth in steel production. Consumption is going very high, and future is still greater in the coming years. So steel is the basic material. Everywhere you name any product, any activity, you will find steel. Even in operation theatre, stainless steel there. And many other places I can quote. So steel is the backbone, as Gautam ji said, and there's a huge opportunity for India.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to introduce our latest product offering into the market. This is a zinc-coated construction steel bar, and this is our latest offering. This is to extend the lifespan of buildings, especially in coastal areas and in industrial areas and industrial marine areas. So we expect that this product will extend the life of the building well beyond 100 years. This is a zinc galvanized coating. It's galvanized using zinc as galvanizing agent, and we feel that this is the need of the hour. India as a country loses 600,000 crores a year to corrosion. That is 3 to 4% of GDP goes waste because of corrosion, and we feel as a company this product will go a long way in help reducing the losses due to corrosion.
You can talk about your present market system, your company market and future plan.
So currently, infrastructure in India is growing at a very rapid pace. Our company right now produces about 1,80,000 tons of steel per annum. We are expanding to 2,50,000 tons per annum, and we have about 15% of our Chennai retail market. We are very active in the retail market, where we give our quality products to individual home builders and constructions. We are about 350 outlets where we sell our steel via dealers. We educate the dealers on what a good quality steel product is, and we try and educate our customers also on how to choose the right steel for their application and buy the best quality product for their house. So we launched this initiative about 15 years ago under the brand name iSTEEL. We want to educate our customers on how to choose steel, what are the right quality product which complies with Bureau of Indian Standard norms. So we also did something very innovative. We took testing to the dealers, places, and customers. We have a mobile testing van which can actually travel around the state and the country, and it will test the bar in front of the customer and educate you on what the qualities of the product are and what bar you are actually buying, so that steel bar actually is the most important part of your construction. It is more important than flooring tiles or paint or any aesthetic features, because this is the only thing you cannot change in your product. So we tell our customers, when you choose, please choose the best quality steel bar. That way, this will enhance the life of your building.
R&D is you.
Yeah. So as a company, we always look at launching products which are ahead of its times. Even before what the customer wants, we want to actually come out with new products. So this is one such example of coming out with a galvanized steel bar, which we would like to give to the common person who can buy 1, 2, or 3 tons in smaller quantities also for their constructions. We are also doing an R&D to launch the next generation of a construction bar, which will be more fire resistant and more earthquake resistant than the current offerings in this country.
So this kind of product already available in the market is the first time.
So these products were only made available through large constructions and very specialized constructions, as was mentioned earlier about the Lotus Temple in Delhi and internationally the Sydney Opera House. So this kind of technology is not available for the common man. So it's our endeavor to bring this very useful product to the common man. Thank you.